you people might enjoy or you might not. I don't know. Let's see. I don't care. Boom. Hey,
Hey everybody, what's
he's
going
already
on?
laughing. That's how good this episode's going to be. We already got a laugh out of Ben. That is a
That's
miracle.
fucking rare.
Very, very rare.
I
Just like
find
my
very
fat
few things
sticks.
funny.
So this is my fat hands. If you're not familiar, anyhow. So Ben and I
What's
have
up?
we have a very serious topic to talk about today, and we here at My Fat Hands are very serious people.
We're
And
also
what
we're also medical doctors, so we talk
we
about a lot of serious things.
we're not just medical doctors, we're also licensed psychologists, and we're also
Gynecologists,
gynecologists, and we're what are the people that birth the babies in the water?
gynecologists.
Yeah,
That's
we're
when the guy,
aquaculturists.
when you go and get your nuts touched at the doctor's, that's a gynecologist.
That's right. That is a gynecologist. If you're having trouble with the pee stream, go see a gynecologist, which is a perfect lead in to our next topic here, which is Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh, I love that show. That was a great show.
So there are some shows that are good, and there are some shows that are great.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you have Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah.
It is a fucking lifestyle. It is not a television show. It stars Tom Servo, bing, my personal favorite, Crow T Robot,
Mm-hmm.
bing, and then the dueling hosts, Joel
Mm-hmm.
and Mike.
Mm-hmm.
So, for those of you who are not familiar with this series, Ben, you want to tell them about it? Tell them about the series. Tell them what it was all
The
about.
concept is that there's an evil scientist, and he's keeping an astronaut prisoner, and he's forcing him to watch terrible movies as an experiment, and then he watches how he reacts.
Right.
And the astronaut who's being kept captive has built some robot companions, and then so when they watch the movies, they talk amongst themselves to help make their way through it. And they're showing the worst movies ever made, and there's Gamera, there's
Godzilla. They did a Godzilla
they did a
episode.
Godzilla. There's some really really bad movies
My
that they get
absolute
to watch.
episode is Time of the Apes, which is kind of a Japanese version of Planet of the
Oh,
Apes.
nice. Okay.
And they have these people in these horrible gorilla masks. I mean, they're just, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, literally dime store gorilla masks.
Yeah.
And Crow, my favorite robot, his catchphrase he uses over and over is fling poop because monkeys throw their poop. And
Mm-hmm.
every time he says that, I pee myself and start laughing
Mm.
in that order.
Yeah.
It's just there are so many episodes like that are just absolutely
It's a comedy show. It
it's
was on
almost
Comedy Central, I think. And my
yeah,
friend Jeff and I used to watch, I think it was on Saturday night.
yeah, I think that's right.
We used to go and buy a case of beer, and we would get the returnable bottles, and then we would try and drink the whole case of beer and watch the show. And I never drank my share. Like 12 is too many for me. I would drink like 6, 7, 8, 9 beers, and
right,
I'd be
right.
on my side on the floor. That was it. But we used to watch Comedy Central MST3K like every week, and we loved the shit out of that show. It
Yeah,
was fun.
and I actually think it was on either USA or TNT before it was on Comedy Central.
Oh, I don't know. So you
But
alluded to the fact that there was two hosts, Mike
right,
and
right.
Joel, and I think Joel was the first host.
Yes, Joel
And
was the
yeah,
creator of the series. Joel Hodson
yeah,
from Minnesota is the actual creator.
Minnesota,
I think he even physically created the robots.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Like one of my, there's an episode they have Mr. B Natural, who is a music. It's a woman. It's kind of like Peter Pan. It's a short they do before the movie, and he goes like, "Oh, don't forget to polish the sousaphone." I've gotten so much mileage out of that phrase in my life. It got me out of a fight once in Minnesota. It was great. I was in Minneapolis, and the guy pulled a knife on me and I go, "Oh, but who's polishing the sousaphone?" And he laughed, dropped the knife, and ran away. It
Hmm.
was great. But or he may have froze to death. I'm not sure. One of the two. I don't remember. But yeah, so absolutely. And Joel Hodson was the creator and he created the robots and all that
He
stuff.
was
And it
like
was
the sleepy guy. He was like
yeah,
almost looked like he was about to fall asleep.
he looked like he just taken a bottle of fucking Adderall or Ambien or whatever the fuck the shit is that makes you sleep, and you're just kind of like
I
literally.
think that'd
That's
be Ambien. Adderall is the thing that makes you awake.
okay.
If
Yeah,
you take a lot of Adderall, you're going to
uh,
be walking around like trying to clean the kitchen, and you're going to vacuum the rug and fold all the paper bags and make sure the rubber bands are color coded. And
yeah,
sorry.
sweet. That's what I
Anyway,
need in my life.
yeah.
But yeah, so and then Mike Nelson was the head writer,
Oh,
and
okay.
for some reason that I never really understood,
Mm.
Mike ended up taking over Joel's spot.
Did they kick
And
Joel out? Like, what happened to
I
Joel?
don't think they forced Joel out. I think Joel wanted to take some time off or
Oh,
something.
well, who could fucking blame him? That's a
Oh yeah.
rule. That's
Oh,
a
it's a dude.
grinding,
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking work. And
it's a
so I
grind.
so and then while
Robots and,
yeah, and so maybe Mike was supposed to be a temporary fix until he came back off a sabbatical, or I don't know. And
mm.
then once he wanted back in, they wouldn't let him back
Oh,
in.
really?
Yeah,
Even it was his own show.
yeah.
Huh.
But and I don't want to get too serious about this because we try to be lighthearted and fun around here. But it's really interesting because they recently, in the last like 5 or 6 years, rebooted it with two factions. So you have Joel Hodson and Mike
Really?
Nelson doing their own MST3Ks.
And do they have the same robots?
They do, and then they split those guys. So I can't Adrian. I can't remember the name. Adrian something was the guy who voiced Crow Robot. I think he went with Mike, and then the guy who did Tom Servo went with Joel or something.
Oh, really?
It was very, very
That's
weird.
weird. Isn't
Very,
that
very
funny? Yeah, like someday we're gonna split up like that.
right. Exactly.
And
Yeah.
then yeah,
So like Steven will go with me, and
yeah,
then Jason Humphreys will go with you.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, but it's all very wonky. But yeah. So I mean, if you're not familiar with the show,
Hmm.
that's good because at some point I want to copy it, but just use commercials instead of movies and
Hmm.
make $1 million. So
It's
be
a great
prepared to
show. Yeah.
see that sometime in the future where it's just me. I have a whole bit laid out, but I can't share it with you yet because I'm gonna have to get Ben to do the editing on it. But it's going to be very, very funny.
Fuck
Hopefully,
that.
I'll be sweeping.
This is the first I'm hearing of this. I don't like
That's right.
this. I don't
That's
like this
right.
idea at all. It
We
sucks.
like the shocker, just like so. Yeah, we're all about shocking people around here like this. Yeah, what do you think about that? That happened. We're spontaneous and wild.
Mm.
But yes, absolutely. So, Mr. Sats Theater, if you kids have not seen it,
Yeah, check it out.
please check it out. If you guys have seen it, leave a comment down below.
Yeah.
Tell us that how we screwed up the whole. I screwed up everything.
Yeah,
I
what's
just
the real story? You guys tell us the real story down below.
yeah. But I will tell you that Crow's head is made out of a lacrosse helmet.
Mm-hmm. I thought, yeah, isn't it like the thing that you throw the lacrosse thing with, or it's the
I don't
helmet?
know. It's the face
It's the
mask for the
helmet, yeah.
helmet.
And the other one is made out of like
In his mouth
a
is a bowling.
gumball machine, right?
Yeah, Tom Servo was a gumball
Yeah,
machine.
yeah.
But it's fucking hilarious.
Hey, look, when you're in space and you need to make a robot, you got to use whatever you have handy, and
that's
that's
right.
probably
He has little slinkies for arms, so his
yeah,
hands
it's
just
cute. I like those. And then during the show, you see them. They come out and they sit in front of the screen so you can see them in profile.
oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
epic.
that's a really great show.
You know, what'd be funny is if we saw a picture of that, like right there, like over there.
It'll just be over our faces entirely.
Yeah. If you're wondering why I'm leaning like this, is because I'm making a toot. It's easier this way.
I read a news article about that.
I'm trying to fart.
All right.
Okay, all right. I'm good now.
Are you done?
Yes.
I read a news article and they said that the amount of farts that they make during the day is like 4 pounds. Could that be?
No.
Okay.
That cannot be.
I heard it was like 4 pounds of so I'm thinking like
Like
maybe that would be a good way to lose weight is you just like out and then you
So here's some crazy shit. I watched a TED talk once from this guy from Australia, and we in America tend to believe anything the British tell us, but those fucking Australians, we don't believe a goddamn word that comes out of their mouths. We still don't think kangaroos are real. So this guy gave a TED talk, and he talked about the fact that they were trying to figure out how people lose weight. If it's
Mhm.
through sweat,
Mm-hmm.
through excretion of bodily fluids
Mm-hmm.
from your private parts and your poopy
Oh,
parts,
isn't it like if you exercise a lot, you burn the fat? Isn't that what it is? Or
right? Or if it's diet or whatever. And what they came up with, this guy, we'll
mm-hmm.
call him Bob, because
Mm-hmm.
fuck Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Bob came up with exhalation.
Mm-hmm.
That as you exhale when you're exercising,
Mm-hmm.
that's where your weight goes. It's I don't know if it's I forgot exactly what the physiological response was that was make. I'm like, there's no way you fucking lose weight from breathing hard. Otherwise, when I masturbate, I'd lose like 50 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And look
Mm-hmm.
at this. Yes,
Yeah.
losing no weight. Trust me, and I breathe heavy a lot,
Mm-hmm.
particularly
Mm-hmm.
when I'm eating hamburgers.
Mm-hmm.
Boo, cuckoo, hello, bing bong, ding dong, ding ding. I'm off my meds.